This conference will now be recorded.
It's 1:30. I'm going to call this emergency meeting to order. And I will ask for the approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Have a seconder?
Seconded.
All those in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, we'll move on to item number 3, section 80, quick claim deed. I'll turn it over to you, Terry.
So I think everybody can see the survey drawing. So this is, I think all councillors now, I may be mistaken, but I think have we dealt with the section or chapter 80 quick claim? No, okay. So what's here, if you look at the drawing, you'll see that there is, and I can't see the thing on both sides, but if you look at Philpott Street, so parallel to Philpott Street is original Philpott Street boundary, which runs right through the middle of the house at 28 Philpott. If you look at the same thing, the original Nepean Street boundary, it runs right through the middle of that property as well. So those are historic boundaries. The actual boundary for the street is recorded, and the boundary for the street, Brian Anderson has indicated it on the drawing. And so what the request is from Chris McLean is to release the land that's typically under the original, that is under the original Philpott Street boundary to the existing street boundary. So that's you see the box around that 28 Philpott Street, Patricia Ann McLean. So that boundary, the original boundary now reverts back to what's logged in the registry as the street boundary. Same thing on Nepean Street. That original boundary will move to the street boundary off Nepean Street. This is really a formality that has to occur to enable clear title of land. So we've done this. I know that you and Mark have done this a number of times. I'm not sure if you, Blaine, have had to deal with this before. But we've, even the last 5 years, there's been probably 3 others that we've dealt with in the same way. So what we're looking for, is there any questions on the boundaries or the Chapter 80 quitclaim process? Or we have a formal survey that's registered under survey certificate. We have a request from their lawyer. Their lawyer is Patrick Lamy. We have there was a conflict identified. The town has waived the conflict. Trish McLean has waived the conflict. So we're clear to be able to transfer that land. There is urgency around this because he had a building permit for a project. He had an environmental issue on the site. But what's occurred is that the EDPC has withdrawn the permit until clear ownership of land has occurred. So he's being held up at a trench around her house. It's a mess, and it's he needs a building permit reinstated to be able to move forward and complete that work. So this is the draft. This is the draft motion for consideration. Be it resolved that the town of Port Hawkesbury release surplus portions of Nepean Street and Philpott Street within the boundaries of 28 Philpott Street property as indicated in plan number 20 2022-30 dated 21 June 2022, prepared under the survey certificate of Brian A. Anderson to the property owner of 28 Philpott Street, Patricia Ann McLean, under Chapter 80, 1961 Public Statutes.
I'd move the motion.
Moved by Merrick,
Seconded.
seconded by Blaine.
Question? Question. All those in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried.
Thank you.
Motion of adjournment.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.
Thank you all very much for coming together in quick notice.
No problem. Take care. Bye now.